You say you want an evolution. Well, we know you don't want to change the world. You tell me you're afraid of revolution. Well, we know you don't really want to change the world. But when you say America's #1, we all know that that's only with a gun. I don't think it's gonna be all right. No way, no way, no way.
We're gonna compete against them.
Thank you very much.
Halfway's
Somebody take my sign down. That one.
Somebody took your sign down?
No, they take it down.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to pick it up and back up again.
Okay.
Just taking it down so it doesn't fall over.
I had to put it down here.
Sorry, hon, sorry.
I had to put it down here because I had a test
I'm
of
from Canada, we say sorry all the time.
Oh. Apologies.
Came all the way from Canada on vacation. I
here to say a couple things. The first thing I want to say is what people are doing here on Wall Street is fine, it's very good, and they deserve props for it. They are in the right place. There are horrors going on all around the world, being caused by this rotten capitalist system, and Wall Street symbolizes the oppression and exploitation that this capitalist system is putting down on the world. So these people here are in the right place. Two, what are we going to do about all this bullshit that people are calling out? The wars, the corruption, the poverty, the starvation around the world, the way police brutalize people, including brutalizing people here at Wall Street. Two things we got to do. The first thing is all this misery, degradation, and brutality is built into the fabric of this capitalist system, and it's going to take revolution to get rid of it. And we in the Revolutionary Communist Party are building a movement for revolution. We're spreading revolution everywhere. We're bringing to people the leadership we have for this revolution in Bob Avakian, and we're rallying core determined fighters. What do people need to do who see the need for revolution? Well, look, if you see the need for revolution, or if you don't, you need to fight the power. When they do these foul things to people, you got to stand up and do something about it. You got to fight the power and transform the people for revolution. And this October is exactly what we're going to be doing. Cornel West and I have issued a call to stop, stop, and frisk. I mean, who revoked that part of the Constitution that protects people from unreasonable search and seizure if their skin happens to be black or brown? This is foul, it's no good, it's got to be stopped. Cornel West and I are going to be in the streets in October stopping it. We want you all to be there with us. We invite everybody here to get with us. Also, October 22nd is the National Day of Protest to stop police brutality, repression, and the criminalization of a generation. On that day in cities across the country, people are going to take to the streets in opposition to police brutality. I encourage everybody to be there too. Here in New York, it's going to be at Union Square in the afternoon. We want to talk with people we want people to be there. So that's what I wanted to say, Carl Dixon, the Revolutionary Communist Party. Stop, stop, and frisk, and be out in the streets on October 22nd, the National Day of Protest to stop police brutality, repression, and the criminalization of a generation. Thank you.
Hi, what's Code Pink?
Code Pink is anti-war.
Anti-war?
Yes.
Why is it called pink?
You know, I'm just a supporter of theirs. I'm not from their organization.
Oh, okay.
But, it was in response to the invasion of...
Sorry. It's awesome. Like the assembly meetings are. It's a really like advanced, like field guide first. That's just
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Tell me what you're protesting about. I have a public access access joke called Revolting News.
Okay.
If you want to tell me what you're protesting about, tell me what you think should change.
Well, what I think should change is that people should just start like being happy and not like chained to their money. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what this is here. You know what I mean? Just a bunch of people who were just like pissed off about like the system or whatever, so they decided to just come here, just break away from that, and show people that, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have to do that. We could do this. You know what I mean? We could be, you know, about something else, not about all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why I'm here.
What about $1?
What I was saying basically to them earlier was that I believe that right now, because he was speaking about how they're manipulating the prices of gold and silver.
Yeah.
I believe that what's eventually going to happen is the American dollar is going to become completely worthless.
Yeah.
Paper dollars that we have, worthless.
Yeah.
You're not even going to be able to trade them in for the new currency that they're going to introduce, because they will be, as paper, worthless. They'll be pieces of paper.
Yeah.
So eventually it's going to be about what you are going to be able to trade and what they're going to do. The reason why they say your possessions own you, because what are you going to have to do eventually? If you want to eat, you have no money, oh, well, you got to sell the car now. Now you got to sell the car to get $5,000. It may be worth, it may be a $60,000 car, but you're only going to be able to get $5,000 out of it because so many people are trying to sell the same car because so many people are out of money. So basically, what they're going to be doing is they're going to basically be repossessing everything that you borrowed from them, because what money is, what we know as currency currently, it is legal tender. Basically, it's debt. You're basically only borrowing what you buy with the money, and what that implies is one, that the money does belong to the people in power, so they can do whatever they want with it. You know what I mean? So I feel like at the end of the day, now these are my beliefs, these are my personal beliefs. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. It might not happen. It probably won't happen. But what I believe is that eventually the American dollar will become worthless. It's going to be about how much, you know what I mean, valuable things you have. Like he was saying, gold and silver. Buy gold and silver. Invest in gold and silver.
Get your money out of those dollars. If you've got any money, whatever you've got. They got a when they had the bank bailouts, they took over one of the other banks who was shorting it. See,
of course we're against any kind of what are you about?
Well, we're socialists.
Of course.
We're socialists. They don't get anything for supporting
You're a group called?
The name of our group is Socialist Alternative.
Talk loud.
We're a socialist organization. We're part of, we're linked to an international that has socialist groups in about 35 countries around the world. And in our view, we think that working people and youth deserve jobs and education and healthcare and a better deal, and we're tired of Wall Street and big banks and big corporations dominating our lives, dominating the economy, having corporate politicians just bailing out the banks and leaving us to be sold out. And we want to organize a mass movement to fight for the basic interests of working people, to stop the assault on working people, to fight back against the policies of trying to make working people and youth pay for an economic crisis that we didn't create. But we also think that there is no ultimate solution to this economic crisis, but as long as we have a for-profit system of capitalism, and that we need to fight to build a movement to replace this society with a better one, and in my view would be democratic socialism, where ordinary working people democratically own and control the major aspects of the economy, and can democratically come up a plan with society, for society, that's based on human need and not on the profits, making profits for tiny.
Thank you.
My name's Ed Mahoney. They call me Uncle Eddie.
Okay.
This is my wife, Robin. We are the biggest thing that I think that can come out of this particular event is to open a discussion about these issues.
Anybody I see doing
But also, we've been to a lot of rainbow gatherings. So I feel that element here, and that's why it's working. There's a lot of experienced road dogs where people go to distribute food, make people feel welcome. If they see someone acting in a way, they're going to say, brother, that's not how we do it.
It's
right?
literally
Is that
like
what's going on?
Basically, yeah.
They make it very difficult here, I think.
But I see local kids who are poor and frustrated who have found their voice here too, who are like taking the
That's right. Some of these workers around here, it's a nice conversation. Construction workers.
We're all in the same boat.
It's got to resonate. It's got to resonate. And with our union coming on board, in a very serious way.
Yes.
The identification of unions and workers and the fight against Wall Street alongside youth that are rebelling against this rotten system.
That's right. Because
this will come together.
that is the foundation of our country. You educate the youth and you give people jobs. That's the only way this country works. That's the only way.
That's right. I mean, it's got to grow. I mean, who knows what the future brings, but it's got to grow. There's no way out of this crisis that even they can talk about. Well, yeah, without even taxing the rich.
No way.
They can't. The minimum tax. It's too much. So I mean, we used to have a tax.
They don't. Right now, they don't want to go from 34 to 36%.
Right.
They consider that an attack on their. They can consider that class war.
Yeah.
For us to raise them 20 points less than they were 50 years ago.
I was looking today at an article by Paul Krugman in the Times, which said that in the past 30 years or so, the middle class, the middle class per se, has gained in wealth 24%. Okay, but the 100th of the top 1%, 480% by comparison.
And there are other numbers that even are more interesting than like that, about like what percentage of the wealth does the top 0.2% hold is something ridiculous.
Oh, it is. It is. It's like a third world country.
But this is what has to happen.
Yeah.
There's no other way to
No, you keep doing this, no matter how smart or stupid you are, you got to be able to figure out you can't pay your rent, you can't eat, you can't go nowhere, and of course you can't find a job. So something's got to sink in. And when people see an institution of workers like unions stepping up and moving in the streets, challenging the whole structure, this is where I need to be.
What it does is it ends the ridiculous dialogue of whether or not we should re-elect Obama. Like, you know, come on. Like, why are we even talking about this? That's not.
This is what counts. Obama got more money from Wall Street than McCain. You look at it. That's a fact. I researched it. The biggest one, the biggest contributor from Wall Street, and I think of any contributor, is Goldman Sachs. Well, Obama. Okay.
That's why they survive.
That's why they survive.
But,
you know.
but the job is to win.
Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't do that at all doesn't win.
Yeah.
You still need someone in there who's righteous, who's intelligent, who cares about people. You need at least that. We have those elements in there. Those elements have never been in there in my lifetime. I've never had a righteous, intelligent president who cared about people. Not when Bill Clinton was president. Okay? Obama would not do to Rwanda what Bill Clinton did. This man is righteous.
Did you vote him in?
Did I vote in Obama?
Yes.
Of course.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Did you vote for Obama?
Absolutely not.
You didn't vote
Absolutely
for
not.
No?
Say again? Well, I don't believe Jesus is going to run. I'm not waiting for a hippie to win.
I voted for a socialist candidate.
Who shares some of my
Party of Socialism and Liberation. I never vote Democrat. It's not a matter of. It's not a matter of the personality or looking deep into their soul or looking at their eyes. It is.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Peace. All right. Peace. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let me see. What is that Radiohead? How many people are seriously here for Radiohead? My father. See? All right. You tell me what it says. Why don't you read it to me? The disease, capitalism, and war, the cure?
No.
Really?
Specific. Not just a sign saying fuck weed.
Socialism.
No, or fed up.
How cut
They do look what attracted me right away. They put their finger on the enemy, Wall Street.
Well, because he broke up.
Yeah.
What else are you, I'm sorry, what else are you here personally in support of? What other causes are important to you?
Well, I think all of the issues, the foremost issues, of course, in the country right now is getting people to work, jobs. Foremost issue is getting Americans to work, getting jobs. And that means getting the economy going. It means investing in the infrastructure. It means investing in the infrastructure and in programs similar to how the economy was recovered in the 1930s and so forth. That's the number one issue. But all of the issues circling around, the big issues of housing, foreclosure, the inability of young people to get educated in an affordable manner. In New York City, the college system was free for 120 something years. I remember participating in bitter struggles in the 1970s to defend the policy of open admissions. Right? That was in early 1970s, mid 1970s, during the Big Mac crisis in this city. Today we are graduating our children. If they graduate, they have $25,000 to $100,000 in debt tied around their necks before they have earned a penny, before they've even begun their working lives. That means that we have failed the next generation. We're the first generation of Americans that have failed the generation coming after us. It's more difficult for them to get into a home than it was for my parents to get a home, and it is more difficult to get an education. That's a problem. That's a huge failure. So I'm here in support of all of these issues, and I think that if there were other ways to channel the protests, then it would have a more orderly form. But in the absence of channels, and in light of the attempts to repress it, the overreaching, the heavy-handedness, it's only going to lead to an increase, and that's a good thing, quite frankly.
Somebody protest, okay.
So you wanted a specific solution ideas?
Yeah.
There's different things. I mean, sometimes I end up arguing for reformist things, like, well, we're going to keep capitalism, but we're going to tax the rich, and we're going to take money out of politics so that we can, as a group, as a whole, properly disseminate all that money and resources so that everybody has it. Someone just did limbo under your table.
Needs to be a change in the economic and political policies. I think the solution to this mess is for each of us to go into the voting booth with a list of write-in candidates that are not affiliated with any party, that are human beings that we have drafted amongst ourselves. We select people who are actual human beings who do not, who have been sold their soul to the banksters, the oligarch banksters that, as we all know, who runs the country. And we haven't sold. We find people that are dedicated to humans.